I don't suggest you do that. Sorry, man. I won't vocal.
My name sounds Petrucci sounds nice to meet you.
Get closer. The destroyer of the sun!
Hey, what's up? How about if we sit? No one. Drop everyone. Is everybody in? You live?
I don't think anyone can. I really doubt it. I'm really sure someone.
You guys are
I think my hair is too big for my people to
All right, everybody. I think we're just about ready to get started. Thank you so much for coming. It's really, really awesome to see such a high turnout. Of course, John here needs no introduction. We're having this part of a pedal release on behalf of TC Helicon and the Dreamscape pedal. And just, it's nice to see some talented guitar players in our store. I'm going to turn the mic over to John in a minute. Basically what's going to happen is we're going to have, John's going to speak for, maybe 15, 20 minutes or so, or however long he feels like. Then we're going to have a short question and answer. After which you'll all have the chance to get signings, maybe say something quick to John, and with that, I turn it over to...
You gonna play, bro?
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Am I going to play? I heard somebody say that. I'm not going to play tonight. I'm sorry.
Don't you want to do Glasgow's Kiss?
All right, everybody's leaving now.
Damage control, baby. It's all right. Damage control.
There's no guitars here.
Upstairs. Don't you want to play Glasgow's Kiss?
Yeah, I see that.
Come on, I can hear you.
Well, thank you everybody for coming out here tonight in New York. I've been here many times at Guitar Center. It's a great store, and I'm happy to be here. The reason that I'm here is because we just released a brand new signature pedal, TC Electronics, and myself. It's called the Dreamscape pedal. Pretty crafty name, right? And basically, it's my first signature pedal. I've never had one before, and it's TC Electronics' first signature pedal. They've never had one before, so we're both pedal virgins, signature pedal virgins, and I'm really happy to be doing it with them. And I thought that the idea of a chorus pedal in particular for my first effect pedal was a great idea because it's one of my favorite effects of all time. I probably use it too much, yeah, I mean, it stems from me listening to a lot of Rush. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Alex is the king, and that big chorusing sound is a big part of my sound now. And I'll tell you a little bit of background on how we got here today. I've been using TC Electronics stuff for forever. I remember the first time I was teaching in a music store, and somebody was like, "Oh, you got to check out this 2290," and it looked like a spaceship, and I didn't know what it was. And we plugged it into 2 practice amps, and it was like the most beautiful chorus that I ever heard, and I like melted, and that was it. And so then I always had like a 2290, in the studio or in my live racks. I've always used that, and a whole bunch of other TC stuff. But one of my very favorite pieces is the chorus pedal. It's an SCF pedal, And I don't know when they came out with that. It was a while back. Anybody know? I don't know the history of that. Tor, do you know?
36 years.
36 years ago. Okay, so it's an old pedal, but it just has this beautiful chorusing sound. You can select chorus or a flanger, and the thing that I loved about it is you use it as a stomp box. You plug directly into it, into the amp, and I've used Mesa Boogies again forever, and the way Boogie, yes. The way that it interacted with the distortion of a boogie and that pedal, again, you guys know how it is. You play guitar, there's certain music that you relate to, there's certain players that you relate to, and thank you, it's very nice. You can't explain why, but for some reason, that music just hits you in a certain way. Well, it's the same I find with effects and things like that. There's certain gear that is just made for you. And that combination, the Music Man guitars, the chorus through the boogie, it's just, couldn't get any better. So, anyway, so that's where it started. Now, when I started talking to TC about doing a signature pedal, the conversation kind of went like, based on this pedal, what would you do to make it a signature? For if we're going to do a chorus, what would you do? And so the early conversations were, thinking about how, popular sort of boutique-y and modded pedals have become. And I started to collect tons of those, different overdrives and delays and things. It's a blast. But I said, what would be great for me is if we kind of made it into like a modded boutique-y version of this pedal. I mean, it's awesome, but what would I do different? I would I would make it, more roadworthy as far as what it's made out of in the chassis. It would use better, high quality components, give it true bypass, stereo in and out. I just started rattling things. What would I do different? It has a cabled power supply, so let's use an adapter power supply. What else? Give it more headroom. It's could be a little bit noisy, so let's lower the noise floor. All these different things, and then Tor from TC Electronics went away and worked on that. So that's the basis of where this pedal started. And then at some point they developed their tone prints line, and one NAMM show a couple of years ago, something like that, he came up to me and basically said that this package, this shape and everything, is what we can, how we can incorporate my pedal. We can do it in the shape, and we can use the tone prints technology in this pedal, so it has the compatibility where you can download different effects into this pedal. You can beam them from your iPhone through your guitar pickup, so it has all this great technology. And we also weren't limited to just making it a chorus. And I don't know technically how this works, but Tor does. But I guess the modulation effects are similar in that they use the same sort of mathematics or algorithms where you can have a chorus or a flanger or a vibrato. There's similar types of effects, and you don't just have to have separate pedals. You can have all those in one pedal. And we decided to do that and not be limited to just chorus, and we put a rotary switch on there to select. So that's in a nutshell. I'm talking fast, but that's how we got to where we are today, and came up with a crafty name of the Dreamscape, and here it is. And I'm really excited about it. It's my first pedal, signature pedal. It's their first signature pedal, and the great thing about it, and anything like this, whether it's guitars, amplifiers, anything you're gonna put your name on, and go out there and saying this is a product that I endorse, that I helped design or whatever. It has to sound awesome. It has to be something you're going to use, and this pedal sounds amazing. The chorus is totally incredible. It's really rich. It's warm. It's thick. It sounds like, to me, it's the greatest chorus pedal that's out there. It's awesome. So if you're a fan of that kind of effect, and same thing with the other modulation, the flanger and all that, you'll find you just go through the rotary, and every sound is great. And the way that we built it is, I use chorusing and flanger and effects like that in different situations. Sometimes I'm on a clean sound where I have an opening to a song that's arpeggiated, like on the Backs of Angels or Pull Me Under or something, and you'll hear a chorusing sound. Sometimes I have the big like chords, the Alex Lifeson distortion and ninths and all that, and I use a chorusing sound. Sometimes I use a flanger that has like a really sort of jet sound, like Van Halen Unchained. That's different than if I was going to do something that was like a clean intro to a song. So this has all those different types of sounds in it, and from the presets that are on the rotary, you can then tweak beyond that point and go to extremes.